Hey, what's up guys? So I've got something that I'm really excited to share with you. This is Jeremy Katz out of JK Automotive, and he and his team, they do these incredible installs of radar detectors and laser jammers. I actually don't really know that much about installs or how to do them well, whereas he's amazing as far as all the details and nuances. I know when you were explaining like how you and your team did this, it's incredible. And so what I wanted to do is share like what amazing installs look like, not mine with like 3M sticky tape or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you do incredible stuff. This is the car that John here from Radenso actually had trailered to you across the country just so that you and your team can do this install.
Correct.
And so I just pretty much want to like walk around the car and I want you to talk us through what you did and how you did it.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're sitting here in front of the GTR, and inside we've got an RCM, so the Radenso 2 heads, front and rear, and we also have some ALPs set up.
Correct.
So go ahead and walk me through the install and what all we've got in here.
Absolutely. So in the front here, we have 3 anti-laser priority sensors. They look like this. And in those housings is this laser head. It's a proprietary plastic that we use, and it's a complete housing to hold that laser head. On the back, it has a panel for a weather panel to service it, so you can remove the panel, take the head out. It has a rubber gasket, so when it sits in, there's no rain can get in there or anything like that. So it's completely weather tight at that point.
That's
and
nice.
It's all held on with machine screws and the way we do it. So this entire acrylic piece is made with no body fillers or anything like that. It's complete acrylics.
And custom done for every car.
Yeah, and it's got compound curves on it to fit the bumper perfectly.
Oh, perfect.
And it's also then mounted up in the bumper with 440 machine screws, stainless, all stainless hardware.
Nice.
Yeah. So we have 1, 2, and 3. They're spaced out perfectly.
Okay.
To meet the requirements.
And what about the radar detector head?
So as far as the radar goes, yeah, we have it here, behind here. It sits up against that plastic. Putting it behind any mesh grills actually defeats the actual radar performance by about 50%.
Wow, yeah.
So you kind of want to stay away from doing that. Yeah.
Right, I'm glad you didn't do it behind. I see that all the time.
Yeah,
I'm
I see
glad
it all
you
the
guys
time
didn't do
everywhere.
that.
Yeah. I've learned my lesson a long time ago doing it as well. And we know this because we actually go out in real world life and actually test the cars.
You do, that's good.
Yeah, we test everything. So you actually do lose a little percentage by using this special plastic here.
Okay.
But it's such minimal that it doesn't matter. We've actually tested it with the plastic and it works perfect.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good. And you've tested out spacing, placement,
Everything,
all that
yeah.
stuff.
We've tried all sorts of different stuff, and this spacing that we kind of do works perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's nice.
We found a sweet spot.
So somebody can pretty much come to you, you can do all the custom work, and you know exactly how to install it to ensure it works properly and it's effective.
Yep, absolutely.
So what about the wiring? How does that work here?
Exactly. So building them is half the battle, right? You have to now wire them in the car and get them in there so it's serviceable for the dealership if they take the bumper off or anything like that. So we actually have all our wiring come out at one area. So you have 3 heads that come out, and you can plug them all in together at one spot, okay, one bulk spot. And everything's labeled F1, F2, F3. So anybody can take them apart and put it back together. If, say, a car got into an accident, you had to remove the bumper.
Right.
All the harnesses run directly through the firewall, and they're all taped up with special tape, actually tape that I manufacture. And it's a high friction tape, high heat tape, and we use that on the outside of every vehicle when we wire. And it protects the wire much better than anything else that we could find, so yeah.
So now taking a look at the rear of the car here, kind of walk us through how you did the install here.
Exactly. So the rear is similar to the front, except it only has 2 heads. So again, they're this plastic housing that we made, and they've got compound curves on them, and they're angled. You can see they're not level, the actual housings, but inside there, the actual laser head from ALP is 100% level and straight.
Oh, perfect. So the head is designed and installed properly so it works, but it still aesthetically looks really nice too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it follows the flow of the bumper. Yeah, exactly.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
In this one, the radar is right around this spot. It's mounted to the bumper, right? I'm sorry, on the bracing right here. It's all mounted with stainless hardware. Again, it's labeled, P-Touch labeled, and again, JK tapes, all taped it up all the way through, and that's pretty much it. We always run all our harnesses with all the factory harnesses through factory grommets. We don't drill any holes.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Let's go take a look inside too, because that's
the
amazing.
inside's really cool. Yeah. Let's go check out the inside.
All right, so now we are inside the car, and you've got the display and the controller actually custom installed here in the rear view mirror.
Correct.
So this is amazing. So tell me like how this works. How did you do this?
So this was a little bit of a problem with this car. We have this remote here, as you see, and the display, and there's really nowhere to put it in here that the driver can see, and the only spot was way down here, and you can see how it's kind of, the CD is kind of crooked down there. It just wouldn't look right down there.
Yeah.
So we always like them to be higher if possible, and we decided to take this controller apart and opened it up and removed all the guts and built new switches here and put the display right there, and it's pretty much we rebuilt the whole internals of the mirror and the whole front facial of the mirror. So the mirror usually pops apart. Now it just pulls apart with magnets. It literally unlocks, and you can lock it back together and mounts together with magnets.
That's really cool.
And yeah, so it's for serviceability as well. The inside here, all these switches are all, you can service all of them. They're just held together with screws and like machine screws, 440s here and there. And then we made custom tactile switches in there and soldered everything to the boards on the actual switches inside the Radenso controller. And it was quite a task. It was fun, it was challenging, and we had zero room for error in this one. Yeah, the display, the OLED is super tight in there. There's no room to move it up, down at all. And we also managed to do all this without making the mirror any bigger at all. It's the exact size it was.
So it's the exact same size.
Yeah, the exact size, yeah. And the guts on the inside has all the new circuit boards and all the new wiring and everything like that for it. And it's just we built custom like plastic parts in there, and everything just mounts to it inside the actual mirror. So if you take it apart, it just looks like a factory piece. Yeah.
Something I've noticed actually using it here, the buttons feel really good.
Yeah,
the button feel, it's actually even better than stock. So like the controller that it ships with,
exactly.
You know, it's got buttons on there, but like you even built your own switches behind there.
Yes.
It feels really good. So there's like a really good satisfying click. Everything is aligned really well in there.
Yes.
It's just, I mean, it looks good in there. I've seen them, you know, done in here. It's cool that you installed this one down here.
Yes, it's very cool. Yeah, the buttons were a little bit of a challenge, and to make them all exactly feel the same is also a challenge, and it worked out well in this one.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it, even using it, it feels good too.
Exactly,
it feels like a really high quality install.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, so it was fun. So once we had it in raw plastic everywhere, we actually take it apart, we do a 2-part primer to it, and then we paint it, we dye it or paint it to match the interior somewhere. In this case, we chose black trim, since back here already had black trim and everything. So yeah, it came out really nice. We're happy with it.
So how much does an install like this cost to have you and your team install something like this?
I say that this install is, well, this one has the platinum kit in there, so that's a $4,000 unit, right? $39.99. And then labor in this one was about 83 hours total, and we charge $110 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's going to give you complete protection, front and rear radar and
100%.
laser, custom installs to have work done like this.
Yes.
And then you have, so for the plastic to actually install the heads in, all that is like custom. How does it actually work?
It's all custom made, completely from scratch. Yeah, it's from a big piece of acrylic that we draw in CAD, and then we cut all our parts on our machines, CNC machines and laser machines, and we put them together, and we shape them to fit the contour of the bumpers and everything like that, and then we prime and paint them.
Yeah, and it winds up looking really good.
Yeah, they look OEM. That's
it does,
and it stealths the lasers. You can't tell it's on the car.
Exactly, it looks a lot better than actually seeing the heads themselves.
Absolutely,
in front of the car.
It does. It makes it look much more high end and OEM.
Now, to show you guys all the different tools that these guys use to actually install this, this is Brian Schmidt. He is the CEO of builtinradar.com. And they've got a bunch of really custom stuff to help, well, install custom installed radar detectors. And so I know we've got a lot of stuff here. Can you walk us through all the different tools that you guys use?
Yeah. So, we'll kind of start with some of the basic stuff, and I'll work into some of the more the templates and the really cool things that we offer. As far as wiring, wiring is one of those things that's, I think, really important to get right. And so having automotive tape that's, really German engineered, and we want it to look and feel like the factory. We want the same look as Mercedes or Porsche and so on. And so that's what this tape does. If you use a cheaper tape, it leaves a residue and it's sticky. You could peel this off 6 months later, and it's, it's just like, it's beautiful. It's more of a cloth tape. And there's two styles. The cloth is for interior, and then the shiny is more for exterior.
Okay.
It's for the engine bay, the outside, anything that's exposed to the elements. So you have two styles of tape, if you look.
Gotcha. And what would you use it for? Like, I know, so you can use it to wrap cables, right?
Wrap cables, wrap them with factory harnesses, make your own harness, but it has the look and feel of a European OEM environment, and that's what we want.
What about all these that we've got on display? What do we have here?
You can see all the different styles, the different cutouts. They do change for the sensors, for the brand even. So we have Escort, Radenso, ALP, K40.
Gotcha.
And the idea is we take this template and you have this special custom bit. This gets taped to the bumper, the console, or the dash, and you can come in and router this out, which gives a really clean cut. So instead of trying to guess on how big it's going to be, it allows the end user to really router this thing out and make it perfect.
So you can make a perfectly shaped hole for your radar detector or sorry, for your like laser jammer head, your controller, whatever you need.
All that is a perfect fit, and it's a kit.
That's really cool.
So you can use it over and over. You can use it 100 times.
Okay, it's reusable.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and it just speeds up the process, and then when you're finished, it goes back on the tray.
That's cool.
Your bit's right here, and you're all set.
Awesome.
So it's really solution driven, help to speed up the process for a lot of the custom CI guys.
And then I noticed you guys also have some like custom plate frames that are designed to house the jammer heads.
Yeah, so this right here is more of a universal. It is for the CI guys, but the idea is that, we've got the sensors that mount here, and depending on the angle of the plate, you can heat this up with a heat gun, if you guys see this right here, and you can angle this so it will align it to the right angle based off of the car.
That's really slick. Yeah, I've got a much simpler solution that's not nearly as good, and it moves, and it's not quite right, and this is cool.
Yeah, so once you get the heat, you can bend it, put just blow some air on it, compressed air from your blowgun, and it'll hold that shape, and it's set. It
That's
won't move.
cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. And so it's universal, so different heads can fit in there.
Yeah, so if the plate's like this at this angle, you can see that it's actually still aligned to the proper angle.
That's perfect.
So it is adjustable, and we're making this universal, so no holes. We're not drilling it in the car at all.
Yeah.
It just bolts on. It's very solution driven. Lots of customers like this with European cars and esoteric cars. Some other solutions we have are, more custom plates. This is really one solution. We'll have some for other brands as well. So you can actually mount the control panel and the display. So you can see this right here is actually shining right here, but on the back, it's open.
Nice.
So
it's flush mount. You can put it right on. You don't see the rest of the display.
It's a tinted plastic, and then you would customize this and cut this into the panel to make it fit into the vehicle. Yeah, so a lot of different stuff. This is all back-end support for the techs, and this is for the consumer to see up front.
Gotcha. So for somebody who wants to maybe either go to a shop to get this done, or if they want to DIY, are they able to pick up some of these tools?
Yeah, so we have them on our website. It's builtinradar.com.
Perfect. And for Jeremy's shop, if you guys are interested in that, he's in the Northeast, I believe in Boston. I'll link to, it's JK Automotive. He's also on Instagram. I'm going to link to him down in the video description as well.
All right.
So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you guys out there. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later. Bye.
This is an exterior tape.
Okay.
So the exterior tape.
Okay, we're doing a video. Do you guys mind that?
Sorry, guys.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you.
We basically want to be like the hub for all custom radar. Okay, we'll see you. Sorry, we're doing a live video here.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. Because you never want it behind any mesh grill.
Right.
Behind any mesh grill, you get reflections and all sorts, and it doesn't work well. They got us.
Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah.
It was bound to happen. Right?
Of course, it's inevitable. It happens all the time.